Good morning. It is time to skip the BS. It is time for Undisputed. It is time for me to say, how about them Cowboys? Richard Sherman will join us in a few minutes. But first up, it's two former star Cowboy receivers. Michael Irvin, great morning to you.
Good morning, good morning. And it is a good morning.
It's a good morning. And, of course, Keyshawn Johnson, who, like Richard Sherman, all but guaranteed Belichick would beat Dallas in Dallas. Instead, Belichick suffered the worst loss of his career, 38-3. Keyshawn, I told you, I warned you, you would deserve a game ball for motivating the Cowboys with all your ridicule.
Oh, yeah.
Now, are you impressed?
First of all, I didn't motivate them to win this football game. I understand what you said. All of the noise that was being talked about with the Dallas Cowboys, are they for real or are they not? Here's, before I dive into it, I'm going to give you a little insight on yesterday, Skip. Yesterday afternoon, one of my major colleagues on Undisputed joined me the second half of the football game.
Yeah,
he did not attend me in the first half. He waited till 28-3. He walked in with the biggest Joker smile on his face into the restaurant that you've ever seen.
I love it.
Now let's talk about the actual game. The Dallas Cowboys came to play. There's no question about it. The New England Patriots did not. And when you think about it, Mac Jones is at the quarterback position. I obviously thought we would see a heavy dose of Ezekiel Elliott. That wasn't the case. Now, whether or not Bill O'Brien and Bill Belichick went into the game saying, hey, we're going to do it a certain way, and then they realized that things were getting out of control, so therefore they scrapped the Ezekiel Elliott game plan. That could be the case. I can't take anything away from the Dallas Cowboys in this one. What I will say to you and Michael Irvin, as y'all gloat and run around and act like y'all don't have no damn sense, I watched the San Francisco 49ers, okay? I watched the Los Angeles Rams. I watched the Philadelphia Eagles in a dogfight overtime victory against the Washington Commanders, a team that beat them last year. And I also watched the Cowboys against New England. You are a very good football team. But the next 4 out of 5 games, with the bye in between, all of a sudden, you got San Francisco 3-point favorite. You have the Chargers, who should have won that game convincingly, but the coach wants to keep them in it. He'll probably give y'all the victory. You have the bye. Then all of a sudden, the Rams game looked like a game now, right? All of a sudden, they look like a different team than what we thought. And then you got the Philadelphia Eagles. But what I will say to you guys, Skip, and I'll pass it on to Michael. Y'all got a very good football team. It's a long season, buddy. Long season. The New England Patriots ain't that great. We obviously see it. It's just a long season. That's all I'm trying to do. Congratulations. Congratulations.
The 24-hour rule. Can we at least focus on this win right here for this 24 hours?
I just said
don't try to talk about tomorrow. Don't talk about next week, next year. No, nothing. Let's focus on this win. Let's break this down right
Yes.
Now, let me tell you how I got this. Let me tell you how I got it, because I watched with these eyes to see the improvement in areas, especially the areas that we were most worried about. We most talk about Dak Prescott did not have any turnovers.
None.
That's area number one.
None.
Played a clean game. Coming off that interception last week, we needed that clean game. Number two thing that I thought was very important, the run defense. The run defense. They played assignment football. They were not looking for that Oprah Winfrey, you get a sack, you get a sack, you get a sack. Everybody stayed in their lanes. That's why Zeke them had nowhere to run. You want to see improvement on those areas that they were lacking in. And this was big, even though I let you snatch this away from me last week, Key. I just let you take it like I was a chump. I got mad about it when I'm watching the game. Yes, Trayvon Diggs being missing last week had a huge effect on that football team. You don't want to think that because they ran the football against Dallas, but I said in the first half, when they took them turnovers and took them back for touchdowns, now they are back. Now that defense is back. You ask me what I extrapolated from that defensive play? I said, okay, I can get a little piece of my heart now about that other corner because Bland showed up and made plays. Made plays like Trayvon Diggs. So he's been looking. And I saw him and Al Harris talking about things. A jump in the right kind of play. Al Harris was that kind of corner. You get and right. This is what I'm talking about. I love seeing issues get solved as you get moving forward. And the Dallas Cowboys were solving issues as they were moving forward. I know, and I'm with you. That's the thing that held me back yesterday. I wanted to go screaming in the camera for social media, but we did it. But I know we got San Francisco coming up, so I waited. You see what I'm saying, Skip? I said, I'm going to wait. I'm going to just hold off because San Fran is right around the corner. And those games didn't end well the last couple times.
No, it's Skip. I'm going to give you two things. Right. That fumble by Mac Jones, he ain't running away from nobody, man. What? Put two damn hands on the ball. Put two hands on the ball. And then don't throw the ball back across the field late when a DB is looking at you and drive on it for a touchdown. That's all I'm saying. You ain't going to get them mistakes by no real quarterbacks.
That's a real quarterback.
Somebody sitting across from me owes me a dinner of my choice in Beverly Hills. It could be Mastro's. It could be Steak 48. I don't know. I'll decide that tomorrow because to my man Michael's point, we're talking about today. We're talking about right here, right now. Keyshawn Johnson, you picked Mac Jones to beat Dak Prescott. So I got no sympathy for you. I never liked Mac Jones.
Me neither, but I was going with the coach.
Okay, you were going with the coach because my team just flat out did not show up in Arizona for all the reasons Michael and I detailed. Yeah, they got knocked on their asses by the loss of Trayvon Diggs on a Thursday practice. And they couldn't pick themselves quite back up in time for an opponent that was the easiest on their schedule. It was a classic Dallas stumble, and we get it. Fumble and stumble. It was horrendous. It'll be one of the worst losses in Cowboy history when you look back on it. But to their credit, they came right back yesterday and said, no, watch this. And I did go on social media last night, and I was saying, it's so quiet out there. Where are all the Cowboy haters? I want to hear from you. I want to hear the ridicule. I want to hear, you can't stop the run. Look what we did to Belichick's vaunted running game. They tried 23 runs. They got 53 total yards. That's 2.3 yards per try. You guys both, and I got Michael, I got to take you slightly to task here. You thought Zeke would come in and run wild on that 222-yard allowing defense. And Zeke, they only tried it. I told you guys he's the backup back. He's not the lead dog. So he gets 6 tries for 16 yards. And remember, his first carry was for 9 yards. So on the next 5 carries, he got 7 yards against our defense because, to Michael's point, everybody said, let's just play our assignments today. Let's just stay home and show you we have extreme ability in our defensive front because they took the run away. And to your final point about Deron Bland, all I know is since he entered the league a year ago, he now leads the whole league in interceptions with 8. So is he Trayvon Diggs? No, he's not. But is he a Bland corner? No, he's got some ball hawk going. He's got a little Diggs going on in him because he will jump routes. In fact, I think he's a little more of a patient gambler than even Diggs is.
Yeah, so, I know, Michael. I know y'all want to just concentrate on the 24-hour rule. Yeah. But Skip, you said something that kind of made my eyebrow raise a little bit. No, he's not Diggs. And there's no Ayuk out there. There's no Deebo Samuel out there. So you can have the patience to study a guy and understand, okay, I can jump this because he ain't going to stutter, go me, and run by me. The New England Patriots, and you talk about stopping the run game, what else are you going to stop? They can't throw the damn ball, Skip. So, yes, all you got to do is focus in on their strength, which is running the football with a quarterback with a water pistol for an arm. You cannot... Look, I'm not taking anything away from the victory. Yes, I owe you a steak dinner. Most likely the type of guy you are, you're going to run up the bill on me, which is fine. I understand that. But in the end, though, Skip, you've got you have to play teams in the next 4 to 5 weeks that you now have to step up a little bit.
I got it, but you have to admit you were impressed by what you saw yesterday because that was
they took care of business.
Look,
took care of business the way
it's
they
the
were
worst
supposed
loss
to.
Belichick's ever suffered.
I understand
in his career.
it. They took care of business the way you're supposed to against an opponent like that. The same thing they did against the Giants in week 1. You're supposed to put your foot on their throat if they're not very good. You're not supposed to let them hang around and do all those sort of things. What you did against Arizona, you let them hang around, you played around, you got popped. Now you're getting ready to take on the San Francisco 49ers. And I know you, Michael, you want to move on from that conversation, but I cannot. You're getting ready to see potentially the MVP in the National Football League at the running back position, somebody we hadn't seen.
I thought you said the quarterback position.
No, running back. I'm talking about McCaffrey. He's playing like MVP. So you gotta just, I like to slow y'all down. I'm not a Cowboy hater. I'm more of a slow skip in Michael down from going too far.
I'm always about running into tomorrow. I mean, that's where we're going. I'm okay with that. But I want to talk about just a little bit more yesterday. I mean, we've been giant killers here. I mean, we sent Tom Brady home. That was his last game. And after that game last night, and I saw Bill Belichick, he was like, the worst loss I ever had.
Yeah.
I mean, I said to myself,
overmatched.
Man, if we sending Tom Brady and Bill Belichick home, people start talking about the staff for Bill Belichick to walk with. I'm just saying. Now here is
here's what
the Cowboys do. Here's what you keep talking about, and I'll peek over into tomorrow with you. You keep talking about what's ahead.
Yeah.
Skip and I are trying to enlighten you, educate you, and edify you. I don't know what words all sound the same, but they're not.
I like that.
You know what I mean? I want to lift you up. I want to give you information. Yep. Edification means I'm going to give you some information that will make you better. Information that you get don't always make you better, but edification. I want to help you understand what we got here. We don't worry about playing the big teams. They're going to get up for those games. They're going to get ready for those games. It's the consistency in playing the little teams that we worry about. Or when these people start thinking that they're so great and they're breaking their own elbows, patting themselves on the back, they show up and give us the stinker that we got in Arizona. So you keep talking about tomorrow, fair saying friend, and tomorrow this team. Did you not hear what Dak said? I'm ready to play those guys. Thank you for making me mad. Dak was asking for 24 hours, and you wouldn't even give him those 24 hours. And then you come here and treat me the same way. Give me the 24 hours. But I'll go over there with you, and I'm going to tell you right now, we ain't worried about it.
You're not worried about it?
No, we ain't worried. We will be focused on that. So we will be focused. And I just told you, we've sanded down the rust. We didn't have any turnovers. We didn't have any issues stopping the run. And we solidified Trayvon Diggs. And he's not Trayvon Diggs, but we solidified it. You got those issues cleared up before you go see this big bad monster, San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, and Skip, you like that touchdown from CeeDee Lamb on the fade route at the bottom of the corner of the end zone.
10-3 right? Dallas. Can we see it right now, please? This is a sweet throw.
Sweet throw, right? Mm-hmm. That's the number 9 corner who's really a safety at Miles Bryant.
I got it.
Yeah, no, I want you to get it,
but
though.
Because
when Michael started talking about you ready, that ain't Travis Ward. That ain't Diamador Lenore.
Fair enough.
All I'm saying is slow it down. That's a safety, Michael. That is a safety in Miles Bryant. That is not a corner. Just, I hate to sound like the bad news bear, man, but I want my guys to slow it down.
By the way, allow me to say that my man Michael Irvin, that the great T.D. Jakes has never been more eloquent and powerful than this man has been this morning as he preaches to you about what really did happen yesterday when, by the way, our Dallas Cowboys took the NFL lead in turnover differential. We're now +9. That's the most telling stat in all of pro football. It tells the tale, even after 4 games. Yeah, we're only 3-1, but it shows you we are a dominating football team because now we're tied for second in takeaways. But to Michael's point, that the best number of the day was that big 0 that Dak put up.
Absolutely.
Big 0 the team put up. We did not lose the football.
And against the great, now, Skip, make sure you tell them, this is against the greatest defensive coordinator to ever set foot on this ground. that we call
I'll buy that.
That's who he is.
Yeah, y'all two dudes so slick with the words y'all come out of y'all mouth. Now all of a sudden he the greatest defensive coordinator there ever was.
I'll give
you couldn't name one person on that defense right now except Matt Judon, man. Stop. Okay? Stop it, Michael. God. But I understand, Skip. It's your team.
It's time for somebody up here to be an objective Cowboy fan. And I'm going to do this because I keep bringing it up every week. We do have an Achilles heel or feel, and it starts with our head coach now calling our plays. And we have missed Kellen Moore when we get inside the 20-yard line because in the red zone, we are now 4 for our last 15 trips in there. Last year, we led the league, led the whole NFL in touchdown percentage in the red zone. 71% of the time we were in the red zone, we scored a touchdown. Now we rank 30th in percentage of touchdowns scored inside the red zone. And I'm going to show you quickly a couple of those unfortunate trips into the red zone because they were nightmares to me. And it was the first time down there, if we could see the first 3 plays, Dak throws long to CD, just airmailed him. And then I don't know what this was. I don't know. And he some shovel pass to Jake Ferguson that goes nowhere, and then, whoops, we run into each other. Okay, come on. Come on. It looks like they run plays that they've never practiced before.
That one there, somebody went the wrong way. I would bet it was Pollard that went the wrong way.
Probably.
I would bet that.
All right. And then let's look at the other soiree inside the red zone, which left me on the floor rolling around. We go nowhere. That's from the 14. We go nowhere fast. And then Dak drops back and throws it into the flat, and it's completely covered, and it's going nowhere. And then what is this? What is that? Dak, you just can't. You just can't. Not in there. You can't do that. So we go 1 for 4. 4 of the last 15. If we go to San Francisco and we go 4 or 5 times in the red zone and come away with 1 touchdown, we'll lose. It's just as simple as that. You have to cash. We cash our field goals because that field goal kicker, Brandon Aubrey, he has been a revelation so far. I'm going to knock on wood over here. He's been a godsend. I didn't think, I had no idea. Never kicked in the NFL before. He was a USFL kicker who played soccer in college at Notre Dame, and he looks like he's pretty great.
You got a good kicker. You got a good kicker.
And they were thinking about trying a 64 or 5-yard field goal, and then they jumped off sides, but they false started and they backed it up and they didn't try it. But it shows you how much they trust and believe in his leg. He has got a howitzer of a leg. So we've got that covered. If we can just score in the red zone, and it's a combination of McCarthy and Dak and just confidence. They've lost all their confidence clearly in the red zone. Can we beat the 40? Sure, we can beat the 49ers. We got firepower everywhere.
You can't beat them if you kick a field goal.
No,
you just said it.
I agree.
So if you look at it, you couldn't score against this defense in the New England Patriots, and they lost players throughout the course of the game, and you still couldn't score against them, and you had to kick field goals. Now you're getting ready to go up against one of the top defenses in the National Football League. I don't know that it's going to be that easy, Skip, as if you just scored touchdowns.
Well, first of all, those words, you can score, you didn't score. We put up 38. As a team, we put up 38. So listen, but let's break down the context of what we're talking about. Let's break down the context of what we're talking about because we have had red zone issues.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Red zone issues. We've had issues. But now, the Jets, that was a good defense. I think it was like 2 for 5 in the red zone, 2 for 5, something like that. So it's just that Arizona game. That Arizona game, because you won against the Jets. You won last night. So they're just an issue. We can work them out, talk them out. We're going to get better in the red zone. Now, you came in saying I wanted to protect the football. That was number 1. So when you get down in the red zone, things get very tight. Because everything, the sidelines and the end line works for the defense. So things get tight. If I don't want to put the ball in harm's way, I got to be careful down here. So you're throwing less. And now you want to run more. You are missing 3 linemen. Let's be real. 3 bona fide all-pro linemen. We get them back. You're going to get better in the red zone. That's what I'm telling you. Let me speak to you. That's on tomorrow, Key. I'm willing to talk about today, but tomorrow, since you keep bringing it up, we're going to get better. We're getting people back in the red zone, and if we get a better run game, you'll get a better red zone percentage.
Okay. I look at the 4 games, and the red zone percentage hasn't been great. The Giant game, you had a couple drops by tight ends. It was the rain. It was whatever. Then the Jets, they didn't do much there. And then obviously you lose to Arizona, in a shocker to everybody's system because Trayvon Diggs was going to stop everybody in the run game. I get it, whatever.
Oh, God.
And then yesterday, you took care of business against an inferior opponent in the New England Patriots. I mean, come on.
You picked them.
Gloating. Yeah, because I thought that they would come in with a certain game plan that will now allow them to stay paced, just like 2 years ago on the walk-off touchdown that you so like to mention often, Skip, up in New England. I thought they would come in with that same sort of game plan. You got up on them early. They had to abandon the run to a degree, and then you got after Mac Jones. Mac Jones gifted you 14 points. He gift-wrapped, gave them to you.
Yep.
He gave them to you. I didn't anticipate that to happen because I thought that Belichick then would be smart enough not to play into your strength, which is dropping him back, and that's what you guys forced him to do because y'all got up on him. I give it to you.
All right, and
you're going to the Super Bowl. Yeah, you're going to Vegas. You're going to win. Me and Michael will bring the sun up Super Bowl Sunday after the victory. How about that?
Well, speaking
better for y'all
of Super Bowls, there's this guy that, thanks to Tom Brady, won 6 of them while Brady was there, and that same guy named Bill Belichick, without Tom Brady in his career, is now 61-75. That's 14 games under 500 without Tom Brady. Mac Jones, Tom Brady, you can see. Okay.
Yeah.
So if I'm Robert Kraft, this morning I'm sitting back saying, I don't know, maybe I should start thinking about the future here because 38-3 at Dallas, and you're sticking with Mac Jones. He's my number one. Okay. Are you sure, Robert Kraft, that Bill Belichick hasn't seen his better days? Are you sure he's not getting exposed as your head coach and your personnel director because he buys all of his own groceries? And Keyshawn says you can't even name a player on defense. And maybe that is a commentary on the guy who picked the players on defense.
Skip, you bring this up, and I'm one of the first people to say, I turned to Michael yesterday as his smile was big as the Joker's during the course of the game.
Yep.
And I said to him, man, it might be time for Bill to say, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Because, he's a little older and you keep trying to reinvent the wheel. That may be the case, but he has the right, based on everything that he's done, to make that decision.
Right.
And I think Mr. Kraft knows that.
Right.
It's not about 4 games in, we need to start looking somewhere else. Maybe Bill O'Brien's already there. Maybe Belichick says, I just don't want to deal with this anymore. It's just getting too hard. Let some younger guy take over and deal with the situation. I don't know that. I'm just looking at his expressions on his face.
Boy, it is hard to see him like this. It's hard to see
buy
him.
that.
Yeah, it's hard to see him.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't, you're not running Bill out. Bill has earned the right to go out how he wants to go out, or if he wants to go upstairs. The whole thing that we think about that, Key. I don't know who would want to come in as a head coach with Bill Belichick hovering over you upstairs. You know what I'm saying? With that guy and everything you're doing is already going to be measured to him anyway, but him hovering over you. One last thing I want to say on that game. Bill has always been known to take away your greatest asset and make you work on other assets and make those other assets your liability.
He did take CD away. He took him away.
Jake Ferguson showed up. That's perfect. And we're looking for other people to raise your hand and say, I want to be the man too. Jake, I appreciate it. That was a point that needed to be made. 7 for 7.
Thank you.
Jake for standing up.
So, Keyshawn, we crushed the Giants. We crushed the Jets. We did not show up in Arizona, and then we annihilated Bill Belichick on to San Francisco. And we're only a 3.5-point dog at San Francisco. I was a little surprised by that.
I love you skipping them. You brought it up in my mind, and I know we got to get to commercial break, but I don't even know the combined win total of those teams that you just crushed. I don't even. Is it less than 5? Hey, Skip did it.
You crush who's on your schedule.
You do.
We
But
them.
I want to caution you again.
Mm-hmm. I don't need any caution.
Slow down. You're going to play the 49ers. They are loaded.
We are not a desert mirage.
Yesterday.
We rose like the Phoenix in Phoenix.
Did you see Christian McCaffrey? That's all I'm asking.
They are loaded.
That's all I'm asking.
They are
Did
really
you see them?
They
so
really
are
are.
we.
Okay.
They really
all right. Up next. Did Sauce Gardner and the Jets get hosed on that defensive holding penalty? Yes. We're going to discuss.
No mercy, no mercy, no mercy.
Thanks for watching, Undisputed fans. Do you want more highlights from the show? Make sure to click that subscribe button for all the exclusive content from Undisputed.